You might think your motorcycle is running fine. You start it. It rides. The engine doesn't scream or explode. So, everything's okay, right? Wrong. Most riders are slowly killing their engines without even realizing it. And here's the disturbing part. These aren't massive mechanical failures. They're small, silent, harmless looking, but they compound and they never forgive you. I'm talking about daily habits, tiny mistakes that act like poison in your engine. You might have even been told these habits are normal. Maybe your mechanic shrugs them off. Maybe your friends laugh when you bring it up. But deep inside your machine, metal is grinding, oil is degrading, heat is rising, and your engine? It's crying for help. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your oil cold instead of hot? Do you know how long your bike should idle before you ride? Are you sure you're using the right fuel or just the most expensive one? Because here's what the motorcycle industry won't tell you. Your bike isn't built to last, it's built to keep you spending. On parts, on servicing, on breakdowns that just happen. But let's make something brutally clear. Engines don't randomly die. They're killed by the owner, by routine, by misinformation, and if you're still listening, that means you're not like everyone else. You actually care about your machine. You want it to run stronger, longer, and smoother, not just today, but years from now. Because a healthy engine isn't just about performance, it's about trust. The moment you twist that throttle, you're trusting that machine with your life. So why risk destroying it over mistakes that are 100% avoidable? In this video, I'm going to expose the most common, deadly habits that riders make. Habits that destroy compression, clog internals, damage seals, and eat away at your bike's lifespan. And I'm not just listing them, I'll break them down, scientifically and mechanically, so you not only understand what's wrong, you'll know why it's wrong, and how to fix it immediately. But I'll warn you, what you're about to hear might contradict everything you've been told. It might make you question your current routine. And that's exactly the point. Because if you're not questioning what you're doing, you're probably already doing damage. So stop scrolling, stop guessing, and most importantly, stop making these mistakes. Because they are silently killing your engine, 1 mile at a time. Let's begin. 1. Starting the engine and revving immediately. Most riders don't realize this, but the worst thing you can do after pressing the start button is twist the throttle. That loud, satisfying "ah-rah" of the engine, it feels good, but it's a death sentence for your internals. Here's why. When your bike is cold, the oil is thick and sluggish. It hasn't had time to circulate. So revving at this stage causes dry friction, metal rubbing on metal. The pistons move, the crank spins, but there's no lubrication cushion. You're scraping your engine alive one cold start at a time. Instead, let your engine idle for 30-60 seconds. Let the oil move. Let the parts get warm. Only then should you ease into movement. Because the damage done in the first minute of a ride can take years off your engine's life. 2. Using the wrong oil, even if it's premium. Let's crush a dangerous myth. Expensive oil is not equal to better oil. People love to throw synthetic oil into any engine and call it an upgrade. But your engine doesn't care about price, it cares about specs. Viscosity, base stock, heat tolerance, these matter more than the label. If your engine was designed for a specific grade, like 10W40 mineral, and you dump a high-end 5W30 synthetic into it, you're not giving it a performance boost. You're literally starving it of proper film thickness at operating temperatures. Oil is not universal. And motorcycle engines are not car engines. If you're using the wrong oil, even if it's top shelf, you're slowly choking your engine. 3. Ignoring chain tension and lubrication. You might think this is about performance. It's not. It's about engine strain. A dry or over-tightened chain creates extra resistance. The sprockets fight harder. The transmission works overtime. The engine compensates by burning more fuel and generating more heat. Eventually, this micro-stress affects crankshaft bearings. Yes, your chain can cause internal damage. Lubricate it every 300 to 500 kilometers. Check tension weekly. Your engine deserves that much. 4. Lugging the engine, riding in a high gear at low speed. Have you ever cruised at 30 kilometers per h in 5th gear to save fuel? You're not saving fuel, you're killing torque delivery and overloading the engine. This is called lugging. It forces the engine to work harder than necessary, generating low RPM detonation, mini explosions inside the cylinder, and twisting the crankshaft out of balance. It's like trying to lift a heavy box with your back instead. It's like trying to lift a heavy box with your back instead of your legs. You can do it, but it destroys your core. Shift down, let the engine breathe. Respect the RPM zone where it was designed to run. 5. Overfilling or underfilling engine oil. Too much oil sounds safe, right? More oil equals more protection? Wrong. Overfilling leads to aeration oil foaming up inside the crankcase. Foam doesn't lubricate. It just bounces around, letting metal grind dry. On the flip side, too little oil causes starvation, especially at high speeds or on inclines. You must check oil with precision. Bike level, engine cold, unless your manual says otherwise, dipstick wiped clean and reinserted. 90% of riders never learn this correctly. Are you one of them? 6. Not cleaning or replacing air filters. Your engine is a lung. It breathes air. And when the air filter is clogged with dust, oil, or debris, it suffocates. Less oxygen equals bad combustion. Bad combustion equals carbon buildup. Carbon buildup equals hot spots in the cylinder, knocking, pre-ignition, valve damage. A dirty air filter silently ruins fuel economy and burns your engine from the inside. Clean or replace it every 2,000–5,000 kilometers, depending on your terrain. 7. Fueling with the wrong octane or low-quality gas. You might think high-octane fuel is better, or that the cheapest pump is just fine. Both beliefs are dangerous. If your bike is designed for 87 octane, using 95 won't help. In fact, it burns slower, causing incomplete combustion. If your bike requires high octane, and you cheap out with 87, you risk engine pinging, pre-ignition, and warped internals over time. And if you're buying from shady, off-brand stations, contaminated fuel is a real threat. Water, sediment, or poor blending. Use the right octane and a reliable source. Because bad gas doesn't just lower performance, it eats your engine from the inside. 8. Riding too long without a proper cool down. You park your bike after a long, hard ride. Kill the engine. Walk away. Feels normal, right? But did you know your engine is still boiling inside for minutes after shutdown? If you don't give it 2–3 minutes of gentle riding or idle before stopping, the sudden heat spike can cause oil coking, warped heads, and cracked gaskets. Think of it like sprinting at full speed, then suddenly collapsing. No cool down, no stretch. That's not just uncomfortable, that's injury. Let your engine cool gently, or pay the price later. Let me ask you something honest. After hearing all of this, how many of these mistakes have you been making? Be honest. Have you ever revved your bike cold just to wake it up? Skipped an oil check because it felt fine? Trusted a shady gas station because it was closer? It's okay. Most riders do these things until it's too late. Until the engine starts knocking. Until the ride feels sluggish. Until the repair bill shows up and it hurts. But the real question isn't what you've done in the past. The real question is, what will you do now? Will you change how you treat your bike? Will you start riding smarter? Or will you keep rolling the dice one mistake at a time? Because your engine isn't a machine. It's a mirror of your habits. And every click, every start, every mile tells the story of how well you've treated it or how carelessly you've ignored it. So here's what I want you to do. Tell me in the comments, what's one habit you know you need to fix? Or better yet, what's one tip you use that most riders still get wrong? Let's expose the lies. Let's warn others. Let's make this the most engine-saving comment section on YouTube. Because real riders don't gatekeep knowledge. We pass it on. Before it's too late, I'll be reading every single comment. Let's keep our engines alive. Together.